Plaintiff Yolanda Green lived in 8 foster care homes until she was adopted at age 16. And when she met the defendant, she was vulnerable because she just left her adoptive parents' home. Yolanda claims the defendant took advantage of her, and she's suing him for a laptop and stolen money. Defendant Steve Mitchell says Yolanda asked him to participate in group sex with her, and after he refused to date her, Yolanda started harassing him. Steve's countersuing for the harassment.
Start with you.
At the age of 3, I was in foster care. Me and my 3 siblings, we were split up. I went through 8 foster homes. I graduated.
Over the course of how many years?
I was adopted at 16. I graduated from high school recently with a 3.5 GPA.
Wow, good.
As well as becoming fluent in American Sign Language. It was a big accomplishment for me because less than 5% of foster kids graduate from high school and actually go to college with a career.
That's great. Good to hear that. How did you meet the crook? I'm sorry, the gentleman here. How did you meet this gentleman?
Well, in December, I had an argument with my adopted parents. So I was homeless for about 3 weeks. I recently got funded for government housing. So I was at the store when I met Steve. Steve approached me and seemed to be like a friendly guy, you know, trying to be caring, you know, this and that. So he asked me to come the next day so we can go to the movies, chill, hang out, and just, you know, get to know each other. I went the next day. We ended up not going to the movie theaters. We went to his t-shirt store where eventually, basically he convinced me to do a falsified W-2 form for taxes. And so I did it, and as if I was working for his company. And I filed it, I had cashed it, we both went together. He basically, after I cashed it, he took it from me.
That's the stolen money. Before we get to the money you're suing him for, let me hear about the background on your relationship. Sir?
How you doing, sir? Shortly after, I met Yolanda some time ago in 2010. Shortly after knowing Yolanda Green for 2 weeks, I walked in on Yolanda Green having sex with my friend in the back of my shop. And I walked in and she asked me to join in group sex.
Objection, Your Honor. That is not true. Your Honor.
Shortly after that, I told Yolanda that we could be friends, and I didn't want a relationship with her because I didn't want that kind of girl. After I told her we were going to be friends, she would show up at my house every day, harassing me, calling me, and I have texts.
What would you do like the first day she did it?
The first day I told her to stop.
How about the second time?
I told her to stop the second time.
How about the third time?
I told her to stop.
At what point did you realize that you telling her to stop wasn't working?
It was like 10 times at least I told her. 10
times?
Yes.
And what did you do on that 11th time?
Well, actually, I was going to go to PD so they could tap my line, so they could see that she was calling and harassing me because she would not stop calling. She would call 45 times.
And they agreed to do that?
They were going to do it, but I guess her cell phone got disconnected.
You didn't think to go and get a restraining order?
I was going to do that, but I run a business. I'm a very, very busy person. I'm busy throughout the day.
Well, when did you find time to go to the police to get them to tap your phone?
Well, actually, I was at home and I called them.
And they came to you?
Yeah,
so
they came
that
to
day
me.
you were at home, you couldn't go to the court? You weren't too busy to have the police come see you?
No, I wasn't.
You took time out for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next story.
Okay, shortly after that, Yolanda Green kept harassing me, and she kept sending me text messages.
You want to talk about your counterclaim? That's what you're talking about.
The counterclaim.
All right, I was allowing you to respond to the allegations she made about you.
Yeah.
What about this conspiracy to defraud the government?
No,
Did you participate in that?
No, that is not the case.
Did she file anything regarding you or anyone related to you on taxes?
I have no idea about that. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay, you have something?
I sure do, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll see if we can get you to remember.
This is basically the form that he did with my laptop when I was here, and that's all his information on there.
The tax form?
The tax form.
This doesn't indicate that he got you to do anything.
He did. He told me that it was money.
But do you have any written evidence of that?
No, Your Honor.
Because the only evidence you've given me is your attempt to defraud the government.
My attempt, but he did on my...
But you don't have any evidence of that.
No, Your Honor.
And he denies it.
He denies everything.
Let's talk about the laptop and the stolen money.
He was relocating stores, so he asked to borrow my laptop to do things for his business. So I told him that I'll give him a week, and this was on January 15th. And after January 22nd, I was asking for it back. I kept calling and texting him, where's my laptop? He made all the excuses, and he's talking about it's in the storage with all my other personal stuff.
What was the final excuse?
The final excuse? It was in the storage.
Okay. Stolen money. Prove that.
When he had me file the taxes, he went with me to the Liberty Tax. After I cashed it, he told me to give him the cash as a safekeeper. I didn't hear anything back else from him about the cash. Basically, the whole $760 is in his possessions.
Okay.
I never.
The laptop. What do you want to tell me?
About the laptop, I'm not responsible for any items that's left in the store. I told her numerous times to come get it. I told her.
Let's start with how you obtained possession.
She left it at the store. She left it at my store.
With whom?
She left it in my office.
Okay.
Okay, she left it in my office. I told her, look, you got to come pick the laptop up because I'm in an office.
Why did she leave it in the first place?
She left it in the first place because she didn't want to take it back home because her bag was too heavy. She had 2 bags carrying with her that day. Some weeks went by. The laptop was still there. Okay. I said, okay, Yolanda, come pick it up. Because
still on your desk?
Yeah, it was still on my desk. I said, come pick it up because I'm in and out the store and I have workers here. So I said, come pick up the laptop. She never came to get it. And I told her, look, I'm not responsible for any items that's left in the store.
What made you think that something would happen to it if it's on your desk?
It's
Big,
on my
important
desk.
man like you that's busy all the time. It must be important.
My office door is always open. My workers, they go in and out of my office. Okay?
Really?
Yes, they go in and out of my office to get like pens or paperwork, or they might have to write a receipt.
Well, you're not as big as you playing like today. Big shots who are busy all the time and don't have time to do this and don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
Their workers don't walk in and out of their office freely like that.
I told
And
her,
the
like,
big shots aren't so busy either. They have people to do work for them.
yeah, exactly.
The little people to do the work. You don't have any little people?
Yes, I
You do?
Yeah.
How many little people you have?
10.
10 little people. He's something else, sir. All right. So, what do you think happened with the laptop? You think one of the little people came in and out and took it?
Like
One of your subordinates?
Honestly, someone may have took it.
Okay, you think someone came in and out of the office and
Exactly.
took it from you. All right. And when did she first ask about it?
When she first asked about it?
Yes. When she first said, what happened to my laptop?
Or when she first said it?
Yes.
That was a few, like at the end of February.
And that's when you told her you don't know and that you're not responsible.
Yes.
And how did she respond after that?
She was like, okay, now you pissed me off. She was like, I'm going to put you in jail. And she started fabricating, telling me all
Your
this
Honor.
stuff over the phone.
Okay.
She was like, and she was like, well, I'm going to a police station. So she went to a police station.
All right. Let's get to the laptop. He says you left it there. How did he acquire the laptop again?
Because he asked me to come to the store because he was trying to get to know me as a
And
friendly
you just
guy.
set it down?
No, I was with him. He was doing the whole.
How did he get it though?
Because he asked me to borrow it for 7 days.
so you
He
did leave
manipulated
it
me.
with
He took my
him.
virginity. He took my money. What else was I supposed to do?
Took your virginity, ma'am.
And my money.
Ma'am, I can't get into your bitterness. I'm not going to get into your bitterness about him taking your virginity and him breaking up with you, ma'am. I see what this is about
This is
now.
not even a
Let's get to your
relationship, though.
counterclaim, sir, for $5,000 for a loan and harassment. How does she owe you?
Yes, Yolanda came to my house about a month ago. I actually gave her cash. And before.
For what?
Huh?
Gave her cash for what?
Why?
Yes. Why did you give her cash?
It was for money. It was
for what?
It was for $50 that I did owe her. That was just about it. And I gave her that back.
When did you borrow it?
I borrowed it months ago. It's been months. And I gave her $50
What month?
back. It was after it was around
Now you're sounding like you're lying. You've already been sounding a little shaky. Now you sound like you're straight up lying. So you gave her the $50.
Yes.
Then what happened?
Okay, I gave Yolanda $900.
When?
When?
Yeah. See, you're coming across as a liar. When?
When I gave Yolanda $900.
When?
That was back in a little bit before March.
Let's get to your harassment claim. How to sue you for harassment?
Well, calling me. I'm taking the time out today to go to her house to tell her, stop calling me. I had to stop doing my business. I had to close my business down. And I'm telling her, look, I'm trying to get to her.
You had to close your business down?
Yeah, for a couple hours.
I thought you were too busy to go to the police department because you had your business. So this time you take 2 hours down and shut down your big business where you got all these little people that need your advice and your help. Yet, you had to borrow $50 from her. Sir, I believe nothing you say. As such, even though you haven't been able to prove it explicitly, I'm going to grant you the $665 for the laptop, but I can't grant you the stolen money because that's the government's money. You stole it from the government, he stole it from you. Have a good day. Judge,
You took advantage of me, you manipulated me. It's all on you.
You're getting in trouble for defrauding the government and using my company's information.
How was that when you convinced me?
You have paperwork, right? You have paperwork
Yeah, of course,
you filed under my company?
That's right.
Okay.
And how did I leave my laptop in your office if you're
I'm not responsible for it. You got granted $665. Stop calling me. Stop harassing me.
Harassing me for what? For my property? For everything that I owned? It really didn't make a difference. I mean,
use
to
my
you.
company's information. You will be hearing from
How do I use it if I
Secretary of State.
never had it?